There's nothing the law can do to me. The only thing that can harm me is if I don't get my son.
Well, I'll do everything that I can to expedite matters.
Okay, I mean, is she just gonna eat him? Well, hello there. I am Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven, and this is my watch of the original supernatural soap opera Dark Shadows. We're up to episode 152 today on a Tuesday for our patrons. If you're watching these on YouTube, I do want to remind you that you can get them early, more often, and ad-free at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gives you access to everything you do there early and ad-free, including these Dark Shadows videos. Patrons get them one every weekday. All right, let's get into episode 152. 151 left a little sour taste in my mouth. Let's see if we can rinse it out with episode 152.
It is a change that affects many other people. In particular, one woman who feels her own security, indeed her whole way of living, is threatened by this change.
I mean, if we're talking about Elizabeth, that shouldn't be the case. Now, Victoria may her entire way of living currently is threatened by this, yes. But Elizabeth's isn't really. Elizabeth's plans for the future, yes, would definitely be affected. But I mean, not inherently either, right? Like, she wouldn't control David growing up, but David could still take over Collinwood. Heck, she could hang all that money in the business over his head. You know, like, hey, if you want to be friendly to me, you could come do these things. I don't know.
I've told Mrs. Collins I don't want her to see David again. Maybe in a few months, but not now.
But what if she wants to see him? How can I prevent it?
Well, you'll have to do something. Make up an excuse. If you can't think of anything, then refer to me. But you must stop David's mother from seeing him again.
Weak cold open, but it is a decent, if we forget that the reason we were watching this is because of the supernatural aspect of this soap opera, that is a pretty good soap opera plot. The idea of putting, this governess to make her responsible for keeping a child and the mother separated, and also for not giving the real context. I mean, you could just say, hey, your sister-in-law says that you can't see him anymore, and she's going to file court papers to assert to that fact, and this is her house, and she says you can't come in. Boom, there you go. Also, you could not have let her into the house in your yard to begin with, maybe. Here she is in this fire again. Zoned out. My guess is this is Roger. Ah, yes. No.
Yes.
My name's Frank Garner. I'm the attorney who will be acting for Mr. Collins in your divorce action.
How do you do?
I was wondering if I might have a few words with you about it.
Of course.
I wouldn't. Not without counsel present, ma'am. But he's been defending you to the local state police, so who knows what your situation is here, apparently.
I'm asking for the only thing that they have that I want. My son.
I'm afraid it's not as simple as that.
But why not? I want David. Roger has agreed to it. I don't see anything complicated about that.
What about the boy's interests?
Oh, he'll be taken care of. Where I plan to take him, he'll have no need for anything the Collins family could give him.
Boy, I mean, just ominous phrase after ominous phrase after ominous phrase. Earlier she said, and I started to pause it here, but I didn't. She said earlier, I have my own resources. Notice she doesn't say that David will be provided for. He'll have where I plan to take him, he'll have no need for anything the Collins family could give him. Where are you going to take him, lady?
Very well, I'll take care of the whole matter. When the time comes to go to court, I'll find somebody to stand up for you. It'll only be a formality.
I'm very grateful to you.
Mrs. Collins, there's one other matter I feel obliged to discuss with you.
Yeah. Do you feel obliged to discuss the murder investigation that she's currently involved in? Frank, I'm questioning your intelligence, sir, as she gives away the store, signs it all away, makes these ominous statements over and over and over again. And also, you're finally coming to the fact that she's like, you're up and walking out the door. And now finally you're going to bring up the fact, hey, you didn't kill anybody in Arizona, did you?
You don't have anything to fear, unless, of course, you were hiding some information.
Of course I'm not. It's just that I've got to get everything settled here first. There's nothing the law can do to me. The only thing that can harm me is if I don't get my son.
Well, I'll do everything that I can to expedite matters.
Okay, I mean, is she just gonna eat him? I'm genuinely okay. If we think that there is any truth to this, like Phoenixness, the Phoenix story connected to her, then she was already reborn in Phoenix, right? When she burnt the apartment down around herself and then showed up here in Maine. So what does she need the boy for? I don't, but it sure seems like she's going to eat him. I need his young heart.
If you could do everything to see that I get David as soon as possible, I'll be in your debt eternally. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mrs. Collins.
Now watch him say some crazy stuff to Vicky. So we are going to get a scene between Frank and Vicky this episode, is my guess, since they're both in the cast and we haven't seen them together yet. It's 4 of our 5 actors, by the way. Last episode, we never got our 5th. And yes, J299. Oh, speaking of J299, they gave some great feedback. Some funny feedback anyway on a recent episode on YouTube. All right. This is on episode 136. Brother, as with your previous guesses, you are so wrong. Lol. I love your attempts though. From this point, the dialogue gets progressively better and wittier, reaching an apex in 1969 and 1970. I also love how this story takes a classic soap opera situation, mother coming for a child, and turns it on its head. Yeah, it really has turned it on its head. Absolutely so far, J299. I appreciate you as always. I thought I had one more. Let's see. Okay. Daily Survivor has just discovered us and joined us, I think, in episode 135. They commented, said, I love Dark Shadows. Well, we do too, Daily Survivor. I hope you hang out with us. And one more. Here's Tim Roebuck, commented on 128. You'll notice as this series goes along that nobody ever sleeps at the house. Nobody ever sleeps on this show at all. David does sometimes, but not for very long and never very peacefully. Ain't that the way?
Vicky! Hello. Oh, what a nice surprise. You're just in time for tea. Thank you. Come in and make yourself...
Vicky and Frank must have passed each other.
Was that Frank Garner that I saw driving away from here?
Yes, he just stopped by.
I called to him, but he seemed too deep in thought to answer me.
Well, I guess I gave him quite a bit to think about.
Oh, did you? Did you put him under a spell? Okay, so that's why I thought we'd get a scene between Vicky and Frank this episode, and we may still. She may just go into town, right? After she leaves here. But that's why I thought we would get a scene, is because I figured she's put Frank under a spell. He'll act funny and say something, outlandish to her about Mrs. Collins.
You did?
Mm-hmm. About my divorce. Is he your young man?
I'd hardly say that.
Or would you like him to be?
I haven't really thought about it one way or the other.
Horse hockey in both cases.
Nice young man comes along. Every girl thinks about it one way or the other.
Mrs. Collins, I didn't come here to discuss me.
Oh, Very well, I can take a hint. Why did you come?
It's about David.
Well, he's all right, isn't he?
Yes, he's fine. But Mrs. Collins is very angry with you for going and seeing him last night after she told you not to.
Well, surely I have that right. I'm his mother.
She feels that as long as he's under her roof, that's for her to decide.
But he doesn't belong under her roof. He belongs to me.
That hasn't been settled yet.
But it was...
Okay. Nobody's gonna... I really thought she was gonna deny it. I mean, she didn't go to the house and climb up the stairs and go through the door, right? She apparated in the room. That's what we saw, right? I didn't make that up.
Will be soon.
Well, for the meantime, she's asked me to make sure that you don't see him again.
Look at Vicky being straightforward and upright. I'm telling, just choice after choice after choice. She shows herself to be like the one hero of this series.
Is it my fault that he has a fixation about me? Believe me, I've never done anything to encourage that.
But they were always on the same subject as David's dreams. You and fire.
But I knew nothing about the paintings. I knew nothing about David's dreams until they'd been started. Can you be sure that Roger didn't tell Sam about David's dreams when they were down at that blue whale having one too many?
Perhaps.
Ma'am. She tells a good story. Watch her. Is she going to brainwash Vicky here too?
But what about the way that David was affected by the painting?
Well, do I have to remind you who brought that painting into the house?
No, I've told you I don't know why I did it and that I was compelled to.
Well, not by me. I asked you to get rid of it. It's far from flattering. I hated the thing. But
it was pretty flattering, Laura. It was pretty flattering. You look great in it. You were on fire.
Explain the fact that David's face came into that painting.
There was an artist in the house at the time, Sam Evans.
He was much too badly burned to paint anything.
Well, how do you know how badly? He might have been faking.
Again, they're just going to drop that in there? Why? She doesn't even know about the face coming onto the painting. Nobody did, I thought.
You see, Vicky, there really is a logical explanation for all these so-called strange happenings since my arrival.
Come to the sweetest little phoenix witch that you've ever met.
I think the water must be boiling.
Look out, you'll burn yourself.
Oh, no, Oh, you're right. You're right. Of course, I must be more careful.
All right. Well, there's a piece of the pie that we hadn't had yet. Okay. She's fireproof?
I would have sworn that you of all people would have been on my side.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that I thought that you knew what it was like to be without a mother.
Yes, I do.
Well, then how can you possibly let them do the same thing to David that happened to you?
It isn't the same.
No.
He has a family.
Yeah. It's not the same, lady. It's not the same thing. Also, I thought the water was boiling.
I can't go against Mrs. Stoddard.
I just need to see him a few more times. A few more times, that's all I need. Is that so much to ask?
No,
Again, this sounds very paranormal. How many more times specifically? Vampires got to see him 3, I think, and like the Dracula myth or whatever. Oh, come on.
More times, accidental meetings. No one need ever know that we planned them.
I'm sorry. Mrs. Stoddard has been so kind to me that I can't go against her.
I will say this. It feels like this is coming to a head sooner rather than later, honestly. This feels like it's bubbling up and is going to burst. I was wondering if it lasts all the way to Barnabas. I do not think this is going to last to Barnabas now.
I don't know. I have to think it over.
Vicky?
Well, don't just leave her door open. You'll let all that fireplace air out. Better watch out, Vicky. You're going to get burnt.
Vicky, She's had her chance, and she didn't know what to do with it. Perhaps sometime in the future she can come back and try again.
I feel so sorry for her.
Vicky, no amount of argument is going to change my mind.
I can see that.
Then you are to keep Mrs. Collins from David, Vicky. Is that clear?
I mean, okay, this must have been added very late. I kept wondering about the framing of this scene. We've gotten one shot with Vicky sort of on profile, but otherwise we're just seeing her ponytail here as she says her lines. And my guess is, because, I mean, Elizabeth is staring straight at the camera. My guess is that this is just a cue card issue. I know they use cue cards a lot in this show. But I'm wondering if maybe this was added so late that Liz had literally not seen these lines before or something.
Is that clear? Answer me, Vicky. Good. Now run along upstairs and see what David is up to. And remember, Vicky, under no circumstances is David to see his mother.
So here's the progress that we've seen. By the way, there's our fifth. So here's the progress that we've seen so far in this episode. We have had Vicky go and disappoint Laura. We've had Vicky come and disappoint Mrs. Collins or Mrs. Stoddard, excuse me. And now she's going to go upstairs and disappoint David, I guess.
Well, what was that all about?
We were just clearing the air.
Why is it that whenever you clear the air, I'm always reminded of Lucretia Borgia?
Please, Roger, I'm in no mood for your jokes.
Who's joking? I'll get the door, sister dear. Hello, Frank.
Hello, Roger. I've just seen your wife.
Bully.
Why would he... What? So why would he drive away and go back to town to then come back here? I was right in that we are going to get a Frank and Victoria scene, though, I guess.
Well, so far she has, but there's been an awful lot of talk. And there may be an investigation, in which case you would have to go back to Phoenix to testify.
And of course, you'll go along with her and act on her behalf.
I don't understand.
Well, whatever else Laura may be, she's still a Collins. She must be protected.
No, I mean, I guess she will still be a Collins, but she's going to be divorced. What are you doing, Liz? Why not just... I don't understand rich people, I think, sometimes.
I really have to get back to town. What shall I do?
We'll let you know.
Very well. Good afternoon, Mrs. Stoddard.
Goodbye, Frank.
I'll see you to the door, Frank.
I'm going to whisper in your ear. Tell you to do that stuff that I asked earlier. And ignore her. Even though she's paying all your bills. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we won't get a Vicky and Frank scene in this episode. That would be bizarre to me.
Frank, you just go on and draw up those papers.
Mrs. Stoddard says
I'll take all the responsibility.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, Roger.
Goodbye. Hello? Speaking. What? That's impossible. I can't believe it. All right. We'll be waiting for you.
What is it?
Police have identified the body of that woman as Phoenix as positively being Laura Collins.
Laura is dead in Phoenix. Who is that woman down at the cottage?
Okay. I said once upon a time, I think J299 was responding earlier in her reply that I was way off on my guess as usual. I think the guess that I had made once upon a time is that maybe this was a secret twin. It really does feel like this is getting close to resolution, though, doesn't it? Like any episode now. Okay, we're at 152. So my guess is this goes at least to 160, probably. Something like that. But I don't know. This may wrap up in the next 5 episodes or something. It's getting crazy. I'm so excited to see how this is moving along. Thank you to everybody who's watching these, no matter where you're watching them. If you are watching them on YouTube, I do want to remind you that you can get them early, ad-free, and more often at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free, including these Dark Shadows episodes. I'll be back soon with episode 153. Until then, thanks for watching.